Hey people, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mary, and today I woke up feeling like shit. So I am going to do a makeup tutorial. I've been really missing 2015 makeup tutorials, but I haven't been missing spending way too much money on high-end products. So we're gonna do my everyday makeup routine on a serious budget. So I actually own quite a bit of makeup, but my everyday makeup lives in this bag. I usually end up doing my makeup at work because I am not a morning person, so it just lives in here. It's just gloomy outside today. The time change this past weekend, I'm just not feeling it. So I'm just gonna make myself feel better by putting my face together. And as we can see, my acne is doing the most right now. I started using lactic acid and it really made my skin purge. So hopefully this is a good thing. We're gonna start obviously with foundation. I use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and I don't know what shade this is. Porcelain, fair porcelain. So I am the whitest shade, I guess, as a redhead, if that makes sense. And then I always apply it with a beauty blender. This is already drugstore, obviously, and everything I'm using today is going to be drugstore. But I've been having a kick with using CVS coupons. So I got this bottle for less than $2 because I used CVS coupons. I think the last bottle I got was like 3 or 4. And then my mascara, I also get with the CVS coupons. Just a little hack, because even though CVS charges higher prices than like Walmart, when you use their coupons, it becomes way less. I do prefer a more full coverage foundation just because of the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and then when I do have active acne, I like it to be covered up. And I'm just gonna go ahead and buff this in. All right, so I went in with my foundation. I do have some active acne. Like I said, I started using lactic acid on top of, no, not at the same time, but I use the lactic acid once a week. And it's definitely started pulling things to the surface, which is what I wanted, but it's triggering a lot of breakouts. So, and I'm about to start my period. So I have a little guy here and here and here. All of this is just scarring. And then I have a couple small ones down here. So it's not awful. Like, it's not the worst my skin has ever been, unfortunately, but I still want it to be more covered. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. And I think this is also the lightest shade. It's worn off. But I also got this from CVS. Yeah, this is Ivory. I got this from CVS with coupons. I think I paid less than $5 for it. Can't be mad about that. And then I'm just gonna drag it on my hyperpigmentation right here. It's smooth, besides the scarring. It's just redder than everything else. And then I'm just gonna blend that in. My under eye bags aren't too bad today, so I'm just gonna kind of leave those alone. I like my skin to look as natural as possible. I just want it to look like my skin, but better, especially while my skin is healing from the really bad round of breakouts that I had a few months ago. Okay, and as we can see, the redness is much better. So I then go in with my eyebrow gel, which I'm a redhead, so finding eyebrow gel that works, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but my hair is red. Finding eyebrow gel that works color-wise with my hair can be a challenge. So this is the Morphe Brow Tease in Almond. I don't know if you can see with the sheen, but I like the shade. I don't really love the formula of this. I was using a NYX one. I can't remember what it was called, but it had like the fibers in it, and it was Auburn was the color, and I liked the formula, but the shade wasn't quite right. So I decided to try this guy out. I think this one was $10 and I got it at Ulta, which isn't terrible. I think the NYX one is about the same, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping that the formula will grow on me. But as you can see, it matches my hair a lot better than my natural brows do. I'm gonna do my other brow. So naturally, this eyebrow is higher than this eyebrow, and I try to pluck them to kind of bring the arch of this one down, and then when I'm putting on my gel, I push down the arch right here. And as you can see, I mean, it's not perfect. They're definitely sisters, not twins, but this arch kind of comes down to meet this one a little bit. And then in the center of my brows, this one comes down a little further than this one, so I'll bring a little extra color down in here. And it's not that I don't have hairs, it's just I'm a redhead, so there's a lot of blonde hairs in here, just to make them more even across. And that's all I do for my brows. Super simple. And I go in with eyeshadow. Now, typically the only thing that I purchase these days high-end is eyeshadow, but for my everyday makeup, I like to use a cheap drugstore eyeshadow palette. And I usually go with warm tones and gold because I have green eyes with gold flecks in them, and I really like to bring on my eyes. So I put a lot more effort into my eyes on a daily basis than I think most people do. But this is the Milani Gilded Mini, and it's Champagne Problems. And let me open it up. This shade fell out. I don't use it, so I didn't care. I really only use this shade and this shade mixed together, and then this shade on top. If I want to do a copper smoky eye, I'll throw that one in there. But I am going to start with the two mixed shades. So this one and this one. And I'm just going to put those in my crease and blend them out. And there's really no like super precise method to this. Again, this is my daily makeup, so it's not super like detailed. I just want to make sure I have good, and for a drugstore eyeshadow palette, it really has really good color payoff. And I just try to make sure that I'm lifting my outer corner up when I blend, so that it elongates my eye, because I really want my eyes to be kind of almond shaped. They're naturally already almond shaped, but I really like to accentuate it. Go into the other eye. Okay, so then I have, I guess I used, sorry, I forgot to show you. I used just an E.L.F brand fluffy brush. I have nicer brushes. Everyday makeup, don't use the nicer brushes. I think I paid $8 for my pack of everyday brushes that I use. And then this one is from like a little mini travel kit, but it has that nice thin blending brush for my under eyes. So I'm going back in with those same colors on this brush, but it's gonna go under my eyes kind of to line them with the same color. And I just blend that out a little bit, not too far down. I try to stay, I don't go any further than where my lashes are. And I just kind of smoke it out there. And I find that that really pulls out the green in my eyes. My mirror's over here if you see me looking over here. I take my flat brush and I go in with the gold color. Now, if I was doing a more special makeup look and I really wanted high pigment payoff, I would wet my brush after I dipped it in the powder or in the eyeshadow, but that's not what I'm going for every day. So I just kind of pat that onto my eye. The color payoff on this color in particular is not the best, but it's good enough for what I try to do every day. So we just kind of pat that in just to get a little bit of color. All right, so we have the eyeshadow done. It's not perfect. It's pretty simple, straightforward. That's all I do. And then I go in with my NYX Epic Ink Liner. I have probably had this eyeliner for 2 years and it is still going. I really need to get a new one. It has seen better days, but the product lasts so long, and I think it's only like $12. But as you can see, the brush bristles are, is it gonna show? The brush bristles have seen better days, so there's only one angle that I can use it from. I'm planning to get a new one next weekend, don't come at me. But I don't, for everyday makeup, I don't do full liner, but I do like a wing. So I go in from the half point of my eye, and I just draw a line out, following my natural lash line. And then I come over to my outer corner and I just flick it out like that and then fill it in. Okay, so that's about what my everyday wing looks like. It's a little more intense than I want it to be, but it's okay. So we're gonna do that on the other eye. Okay, so the eyeliner for both eyes is done. Just simple half wings. Like I said, I already have almond shaped eyes, so I just do like a thin line from the middle and then it flares out to the wings. Super quick, super easy. And I usually do this makeup when I'm not talking in less than 10 minutes. So for my mascara, for my top lashes, I use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. And then for my bottom lashes, I can't stand when mascara runs under my eyes. So I use a tubing mascara, and I just use the E.L.F, what is this? E.L.F Lash Extender. I really like this one. Hack, if you don't want to be spending money on mascara all the time, I wouldn't do it with the tubing mascara, but for this mascara, if I put a little bit of water in it, it like almost, it re-wets it and it lasts twice as long. And I find that I can do that twice before I absolutely need to buy a new one. Oh, let me curl my lashes. So I think it's when you're running tight on a budget. I mean, honestly, I can afford to buy mascara more often, but it just seems kind of pointless if I can make the product last longer. But I've always been a budget girly, so I'm not gonna complain. So for my eyelashes specifically, I have blonde eyelashes, obviously, and I like to flare out the ones in the outer corner to just kind of add even more to that almond eye shape. And I actually have really long lashes out there, but the blonde, you can't see them. So I do that and try to even things out, but I really like that flare that goes along with the cat eyeliner. Do the other eye. All right, so then I'm going in with the tubing mascara, the Lash Extender, and this is a great tubing mascara and it's only $7. I just use it on my bottom lashes, and then I'll kind of go through my top lashes with it, especially those ones on the outer corner, because I find that because of the way this brush is, I have a little bit more control over like individual lashes, as to where the Lash Paradise has that big fluffy brush that gives me the volume and length that I want, but this lets me kind of get them placed where I want them, which I really like. Doing the other side. All right, so that's eyes done. So as we can see, it kind of elongates my eyes. It makes the green pop, and in person, you can see the gold flecks. We have really crappy light today, so I'm sure you can't see that in the camera, but I really like the way it makes my eyes look. This is how, even in high school, I think this was how I did my eyes. It was just different products, and I did full length eyeliner, but this has always been my go-to. And then for blush, nothing other than the Milani Luminoso. It's a classic, it's affordable, it's beautiful. And then I just use an angled blush brush, tap that into my cheeks, and I kind of try to contour with it a little bit, just bring it up because I have a round head. And sometimes I don't want it to be that round, you know. Sometimes I'd like it to be a little more snatched, but those are not the genes that I was given. So, okay, just a little bit of color. I really like this color with my skin tone. I know it doesn't work for everybody, but if you are super fair, this is my favorite. Okay. So as far as my everyday makeup goes, that's it. Pretty quick, pretty easy. For my lips, I have pretty naturally full lips. I'll usually go in, I'll usually go in with Aquaphor, or if I'm feeling spicy that day, I will go in with a tinted lip balm. But today I'm just gonna go in with a plumping lip balm. This is by Essence. It's called What the Fake. It's clear. My lips, the color is pretty decent for the shading and everything, so I always get I always get foundation on the like top of my lip, and it makes the top of my lip look so much smaller than it is. But typically my everyday is just Aquaphor, and I only wear like a reddish burgundy tinted lip balm when I really feel like I need a little extra that day. All right, so that's everything. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.